Hi, everybody. How are you today?
What's up? Happy weekend, everybody.
Happy Saturday. All right. Now, me and Perry have had a hell of a week. We've been shooting for some television projects, and nobody really believes me when I say I don't really want to be famous. You know how a lot of bloggers want to be famous and travel the world and get on a plane every 5 minutes? I feel like I'm too old for that. And I don't even like getting on planes anymore. What's your thoughts about that, Perry?
I know I'm too old for it, but a lot of people just hope for those kind of things until they have to do it.
You think?
It's just like you want that high-paying job, even though it's hard. But once you get it, you ready to leave it. You know what I mean? That's
I'm not joking about it. I don't like working on television. I don't like the way I look on television, but we have some special projects coming up that we will let you guys know about. In the meantime, I'm tired. And another reason I don't like doing television is because it makes me neglect my YouTube channel. Now, it's different if I'm not working because I'm lounging, but if I'm working harder at a job than this job, no. So I want to talk about a lot of stuff that I missed this week. We're going to talk about the new Michael Jackson Netflix film called The Verdict and what involvement Oprah Winfrey has in this. It's insane. It's insane. We're going to talk about Porsha and K. Michelle and what's really going on. It's a mess. And, you know, somebody might not be back next season. We'll talk about that. I'm going to talk about the Wendy Osefo lawsuit. Wendy is something's wrong with Wendy and why she's not getting offered this plea deal. We're going to talk about that. Oh, I'm going to talk about, you guys probably don't remember this, Mackenzie Shirilla. This is a girl that Perry did a story on, one of Perry's stories that he used to do. We haven't done one in a while.
No, I know.
And it's about a girl that gets into this car accident. This is dominating the headlines. We've got to talk about Shirilla, okay? We're going to talk about Towanda's husband saying that the cooch stinks, because I missed that, you know.
And what kind of shit is that to say?
He said it, okay? We're talking about that. We're going to talk about Todd Tucker. I don't know if he's harassing Kandi. He needs to leave Kandi alone. We're going to talk about this new deal that he has for this reality TV show with Peter, and Apollo, Nida. And then we're going to talk about Tasha K's lawsuit. Why is people saying that Tasha K's husband's going to jail? You don't go to jail in civil lawsuits, okay? I can't even say it enough times. Like, stop. The truth of what's going on with Tasha K is already juicy, if you will. No need to add to it, okay? Her husband is not going to jail. Let's start with Porsha Williams and
K. Michelle.
Because this is crazy. Now let me put this up for the timestamp so I'll know where to timestamp it and get into this really insane
plot situation.
It's a mess. It is a hot mess. Okay. So let me tell you what I found out that's going on behind the scenes that will make this make more sense. Okay, people, because number one, I feel it's making the show not as good as it could be. Now, you guys know that Britt Eady sued Bravo, and in her lawsuit, she said that they kind of forced her into this storyline by not telling her that the pictures were not of her. Okay, we've heard other people say that Bravo manipulates situations to make it juicy. I guess they have a job to do. They got to make people watch, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So, and I told you guys this before. According to the rumors, they hired K. Michelle, and they wanted her to be like a Nene Leakes. As a matter of fact, they turned down and turned away from Nene Leakes for K. Michelle. They think she has the personality to be the next Nene Leakes. Now, according to the rumors, production is leaking stories to K. Michelle about Porsha. They are telling her, well, Porsha's saying this about you, Porsha's saying that about you. And the reason, according to the rumors, that they're doing this is because Porsha's the new Kandi. Porsha is the new Kandi. What do you mean by that, Sherelle? I'm glad you asked. She's the highest paid on the show. When they gave Porsha her contract, it was because she was a true housewife at the time, married to Simon. They thought that they would get different kind of storylines. She made a deal. Let me see. She had a special contract not offered to any other housewife. Let me see if I can find this here. Lots of money. Also, it was a couple of production deals. Here it was. Okay, so the original the contract that Porsha signed is she has an NBC Universal overall deal, right? Where she can work on scripted shows, produce scripted shows. This is the sweetheart deal of all deals. She was an executive partnership targeting scripted project opportunities across NBC Universal's broader broadcast and streaming platforms, including Peacock and other properties. Alongside her returned as a peach holder, full-time peach holder. It was a multi-million-dollar contract. They don't say how much. They just say multi-million dollars because they expected so much out of Porsha. They let her pick her cast, who she wanted to work with. This is why Phaedra is back on the show. They gave her what I call a sweetheart deal. Okay, so people are saying they can't fire Porsha because she's under contract. What? We've been watching this show for years, okay? They don't care about contracts. When you sign a contract with Bravo, in it is a sweetheart deal that says we can fire you whenever we want to. They'll put in a moral clause and all of this other stuff, but you can't leave them when you want to if you're the talent. So word on the curb is that they're trying to get rid of Porsha for next season, hoping that K. Michelle storyline is strong enough and her fan base is huge enough to make her the new Porsha, right? The only problem with that, and I'm telling you, so I've been working on TV all week. Remember, I've been on a set all week. I've been getting tea after tea. So then I'm hearing that Porsha finds out that they want to fire her. Oh, that's so good. So good. So she develops her own plan. At this point, her and K. Michelle out interviewing each other.
Okay.
Every time I look up, one of them are on a different show. Because Porsha even went to, that man show that she claimed she would never go to. Okay. Y'all know what man I'm talking about. They said that, but she's trying to save her fan base and make her fan base support her, right? So what they didn't expect is that the public, they're not really taking the K. Michelle in this storyline. People are dragging this storyline. People are dragging K. Michelle like, oh, girl, you're doing the most. Okay, yeah, you can't come to dinner because you don't have your glam team. Remember that?
Yeah.
So far, the public is kind of on Porsha's side, but will that stop them from firing Porsha with this sweetheart deal? And Porsha has to keep this job because I told you that she has so long to stay in that house before she has to refinance it in her own name. And right now, she doesn't qualify for the $7 million home. Okay. That's why she's dating men, women, and whoever else she can find. She got to keep the job. Porsha needs the money because at the time when she got the sweetheart deal, that's what I'm calling it, she was a true housewife and she was what they were looking for. But now you're just a regular old castmate. Perry, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, look, I don't think Porsha gonna go nowhere. I heard what you said. That could have been their plan to try to lower salary or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But they figured out K. Michelle would be all this, because I thought coming in too that she would be a whole lot better. But I don't think she can handle. I don't think K. Michelle can handle the lights. To me, like
Perry, K. Michelle is a seasoned vet. She's not new to reality TV. Now, well,
like you got different kind of TV. You got late night TV. You got early morning TV. She don't fit this housewife TV. Because like this whole thing is we want them to go at each other, be around, show up to every dinner, because that's where the fight go down. You can't not show up because you don't have lipstick.
So that's why you're not feeling K. Michelle?
And all the crying. I know, Sherelle, I know you like her. Okay, she okay with me. But the thing is, I don't see her replacing my girl Porsha.
You are just brainwashed, number one, because you've liked Porsha for years and you were glad when she came back. But you have to admit, she's the new Kandi. She's the highest paid on the show. And when I tell people they're getting ready to fire someone, every year I get, you just hate her. You're a hater. You hate Kandi. You hate Nene. I'm giving y'all the tea. Ain't that what y'all want me to do? And this is fresh tea, because I told you I've been on a set all damn week, okay? I was talking and getting information. She's new Kandi. She gotta go.
I know what you're saying, okay? And they was hoping that they would have this other option. This great woman we gonna take from Love and Hip Hop, and we gonna take her off the country tour and set her ass on this TV thing. K. Michelle, it's not that I don't like her. Mm-hmm. She's not that great of a fit for this show.
You are such a hater, Perry. No. Oh my God.
She's just not. And now I understand the Kandi effect. When you got low ratings, they ain't making that much. They always start from the top and try to trim down.
Yeah.
But I think Bravo got themselves in a dilemma here, because K. Michelle is not what Porsha was to the show. Because like Porsha, believe it or not, like, and that's my girl, she haven't done that much to impress me this year on the show. I'm just sort of saying. But the show itself, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. The show this year sort of sucked.
Oh, Perry, you don't like it?
I mean, it's just like they trying to manufacture this. Oh, it's a plot. No, let's get down to, look, it's too much real shit going on for y'all to be talking about, she's plotting on me. She said, I got stinky cooch. Look, I don't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
K. Michelle herself is a storyline. You and the dentist. Her and the dentist is just as freaky as all get out. That whole situation. And her and Porsha probably better together than apart, because both of them do the same thing. They just swinging it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they might be a couple. I don't know. Just saying.
Well, that's what's going on. They are out interviewing each other. And in the process of doing all of these interviews, let me see if I can find this. We got K. Michelle, who says that her husband is allowed to sleep with whoever he wants to. They have, wouldn't you call that a open marriage, Perry?
I don't know what they would call that. That's just foolishness, right? I mean, I don't understand why get married. I would just think that she would be considered the catch. I mean, no offense. Have you seen the dentist?
Oh my God. I'm not going there with you. I'm not going there with you. Okay. Listen, in one of these interviews, and they are doing like 2 and 3 interviews a day, they are really trying to hang on to their audiences, because they need their audiences to have their back. Because if Bravo has it their way, Porsha's gone. And listen, to be quite honest, I love Porsha. I love her family. I think you guys are amazing and great. but she's not the same Porsha that she was when she signed that contract. It's time for her to go. Period. It's time to go. It's time to go.
She was with Simon. That was a big story. You just don't want to took this woman's man.
If they
ran off to Beverly Hills, got the big oak head and got the nice mansion, and then but when it's gone. Like, Porsha, when she was with Dennis, the hot dog man, at least it was some kind of back and forth. Without Simon, it's no back and forth. It's just like, okay, you just a pretty young lady on the show, but that's about all I'm getting.
But anyway, so Porsha is the new Kandi. K. Michelle wants to be the new Kandi by going around talking about that they have an open marriage. Take a listen.
And this one's official, guys. They gave a joint statement
coming in on positivity.
Gonna be so honest, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Think this was a.
That's not it.
So
that's the wrong one.
Huh?
That's the wrong one. Her husband is somewhere.
Well, let me see. That's crazy too. She said
it's right there in the middle. You see it? And she got that white dress on?
Right here. Okay, let's take a listen.
Somebody came to you and told your husband did something to them that he didn't do to you. You gonna feel some type of way, huh?
Sexually?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Oh.
That's not possible. It's been that many years, all type of positions, legs up, choreography, all that. That's not possible. Girl, if you're gonna tell me my husband was out with you and he paid your light bill, then we probably have a problem.
Hold on, you get upset. So if he pay a bill, that's what you gonna get.
Pay a bill.
So you want him to just poke
and go. What do you mean? What do you mean? If men gonna be men and they need the feeling doesn't include paying bills. If that's your feeling, then you're not my man. You shouldn't be paying nobody's bills, buying them no little ass purses. I don't care about purses myself. Most likely they're singing my songs in the mirror and they're telling their friends that they was humping on my husband as they sing the songs. The last thing that you was going to do is sit up here and pay a fan bill because I already do it. I already paid the fan bill. I've been doing it for over 6 years. I get up every week and pick a fan bill to pay. And I don't have to publicize it or nothing. We already paying fan bills. So you finna go sleep with a fan and then give them something? Oh, no.
I ain't know these type of, I hear about it, but I ain't really never talked to somebody that's like, okay, he do. You're not watching though, right?
I would, if that was offered to me, sometimes I do like.
You, hold on, time out. Let me get a 20-second time out. I don't need a full minute time. I need a 20-second time out to regroup right quick. You mean to tell me you could watch your man?
I have several times.
Oh my God.
Beat somebody back? You get up on that?
Maybe it's weird, but I kind of like it. Like it's these things with me.
okay. I'm interested.
No, I'm not. It's not like me being, oh, she's super freaky. No.
You super freaky.
He said, no, it's not. He always says to me, it's never about the things that people would think.
Somebody came to you and told your husband did something to them that he didn't do to you. You gonna feel some type of way, huh?
Sexually?
Yeah.
That's not possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it's just so much wrong. I'm
ridiculous.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's super. Well, it is a little freaky, but it's sort of super stupid to me, right? It don't make sense.
Just seen this with Kandi Burruss.
Right, but then this is like even worse. She's saying that, hey, no, Kandi. I think that's a little different situation where she liked to set up the things for the fun night, right? She's saying the Dennis can go and pull how many teeth he want.
It's so ridiculous.
Feel anything he want to feel, but he just by not pay a bill. And look, she can't be living in reality. Ain't no woman gonna be with the dentist and pleasure him without some bills getting paid.
It's just ridiculous.
And she want him to go around and just keep poking. Don't pay a bill now. You can just poke and choke.
You might be right, Perry. I don't think K. Michelle can replace Porsha, but that doesn't negate from the fact that Porsha is the highest paid with this sweetheart deal. They got to get rid of Porsha. And Porsha, you can try to galvanize your audience all you want to. You are still in a very risky position, being the number one paid on the show, being the only one offered network deals and giving opportunities to do scripted shows and produce other shows. Girl, you gotta go. You're not bringing all that. And I love you, Porsha. So Bravo has a problem on their hands. Number one is you're still paying Porsha too much. Number two, people aren't feeling K. Michelle. They feel like she's doing the most with this Porsha situation. And you guys have to remember, production feeds people lies, storylines all day long. That's how they get you to do what they want you to do. You guys, we all read the Brit Eady lawsuit, and we heard from different people like they'll lie to you in a minute to get you to do whatever they want you to do. So both of these women are in a bad situation. Maybe both of them got to go. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I don't think. Well, look. The bottom line is this, and like go back to Porsha. Yes, she got that big contract, but it's stipulations on certain things. The problem with Porsha in Atlanta right now, the rating sucks.
Yeah.
Nobody's really buying it. So now, even though they might remove her and like they ain't got to really fire you, but just take you off the Real Housewives and put you on all these other little things to make your money and overwork you to where you want to say that, the hell with it. But K. Michelle's not going to replace her.
We'll see.
I don't see her being I don't see nobody in that group that can step up and be the Nene Leakes, the Kandis. You know what I'm saying? Like Porsha, I thought she had it when she was with Simon. I don't see it that way, anymore. The show is quite boring, to be honest.
We shall see. We shall see.
What's up, Josh?
Let's move on to Wendy Osefo. Now, I told you guys, I just got off the set. I've been on the set for a damn week. And when I'm on a set, everybody else is worried about the project that you're doing. I'm worried about getting information. That's what I'm worried about. I'm getting really good information on Wendy Osefo, okay? Like I said earlier, everybody has made Wendy their storyline. Okay, why not? It's easy. It's an easy plot. According to the rumors, she's been caught telling different stories to different people. She's still acting like this is all Eddie's fault. She had nothing to do with it. She won't shut up. She's arguing with Giselle and Ashley and Robin Dixon, and even Monique Samuels, who I'll talk about Monique in a minute. She's just dumb. Let me see what this is. Porsha needs to show up and do her damn job. She's going after Kelly. That's low hanging fruit. Yeah. That's really easy. But anyway, Wendy is doing so many major mess ups. It's not even funny. Let's talk about what went down in court. Okay, so really when they went to court, they had already gotten approval to have separate trials. Then, according to the rumors, they find out that the state is going to bring on character witnesses. The rumor is Ashley Darby. According to the rumors, Ashley has already interviewed one of the first people that they interviewed. Wendy Osefo thinks that Ashley is the one who turned her in, right? Not just Ashley, other cast members who she's telling different stories to. According to the rumors, when her attorney gets wind of this, he decides we need to do an about face. We got to do a U-turn right now. We need one trial. That way, they're not putting the same evidence out there, right? Because she thought, I'll go first. I'll lie and say Eddie did everything, and then he'll take the blame. what do you call it? Evidence is so strong that I'm being told that her attorney does not think she can win the case. He thinks the best that they can do is some type of plea deal. According to the rumors, they are not offering Wendy a plea deal. According to the rumors, they want to make an example out of Wendy Osefo because this brings in attention to the state. It's a high-profile case. You get to show off your good lawyers because she's just handing them evidence. All the evidence that they have, surveillance cameras. Girl, I would say take the plea, but they're not offering you a plea. Paper trails. I'm talking about that email where you tell Eddie, run up the bill. We're talking about that. You telling conflicting stories. This is what Karen, what's Karen's last name? Huber told you to shut up last year at the damn, what do you call it? What was it? A reunion. She told you, shut up. You didn't listen. You keep talking. Mm-hmm. She will not, Perry. What is, and now you done backed yourself into a no-win situation because now this person's going to testify, well, she told me this. And then this person's going to testify, well, she told me that. You're going to look like a liar. Also, too, major flub. Let's see if I got this picture that you did when you showed up to court in designer clothes and your $20,000 designer handbag. I can't find the picture. Perry, what would make Wendy show up to court? Oh, here it is. In designer clothes. What is she smoking?
She's delusional, right? Like a lot of people say this a lot, but something's not wrapped too tight up here. Like,
thank you,
Josh. She feels so much in love with the fame and all that. Like, so now she only daydreams. And if I act this way, people will look at me. People aren't looking at you the way she's looking at herself. She really look at herself and look at it and think she's a winner.
What is
she also
tell me what Perry's talking about?
Huh?
Can you tell me what you're talking about?
No, I'm saying Wendy looks at herself like she portray all this stuff and she'll prance around. Because if I look confident, people would think I'm confident. Like the public can start believing, why would they show up like this? They can't be guilty, right? She's just delusional. And she see herself, the things she doing, she think it's making her look good. It's making her not look like a thief. Some people's mind can get so warped to where they can believe these certain crazy things, but
I don't know what she's doing. She's making a big mess of things, okay? You're acting like you're not broke on the show. You're acting like you don't know what's going on. This is all Eddie's fault. So he had to stop the bleeding. He had to stop those cast members from talking. So anyway, so they end up asking for a joint trial again, and they have gotten it, which might help. Now let's talk about Wendy's dream team. Let me see if I got my notes. Wendy has probably one of the most expensive attorneys in the state of Maryland, right? He charges her $15,000 an hour. I don't know why I'm like an hour. She is racking up attorney fees, racking it up. She still has other bills to pay. One is her home, right? What did they say? She's paying for her home and her cars. Everything else went on hold. She's running out of money, and her mother, according to these rumors, is helping her with these attorney fees. And let me tell you, Perry spent over $200,000 in our case, and we're not celebrities at all. Cardi B, I'm hearing, is spending millions on the Tasha K case. Wendy is looking at millions of dollars from attorney fees. Okay, not only that, according to the rumors, the attorney is not confident in the case. So much so that he hasn't made any public statements about it. He's going under the radar, very quiet about it. This is the Real Housewife of Potomac. They should be giving press conferences. They should be talking about my client is innocent. Like, we're talking like that's a part of the power is if you have a celebrity. But according to the rumors, he doesn't believe in the case. So the next time they go to court, and I forgot when it was, he's going to try
24th January. Sometime January.
I can't remember what it was, and I can't find my notes right now. I don't know why I come on here without no damn notes. He's going to start trying to get evidence kicked out. Right? That's the best he can do. Because if you have an email that says, hey, let's run up the bill, how do you get out of that? You're talking to your husband. How do you get out of that? Surveillance cameras of you returning things. This wedding ring. And I'm thinking that they're going to use the character witnesses for this wedding ring that she wore all the time. It's on every single picture on her IG. You reported stolen, and then you were found wearing it again after the IG. And I believe the rumors. I believe that one of the character witnesses is going to be Ashley Darby. If it's not Giselle and Robin, and maybe even Monique, because she's telling conflicting stories. You wouldn't have had this problem if you would have sat this one out. I wouldn't have went back on the show. According to the rumors, you need the money. Eddie, somebody asked me, if Eddie's found guilty, he is in danger of losing his law license and he has to close his Happy Eddie business. Also, too, I cannot find my notes. I don't know what I do. They're looking at a very, very long time in prison. The way that it was written up, it's 15 years per count. And I believe it came to 102 years. Now, there's no way they're going to spend 102 years consecutively in prison because they're first-time offenders. So I'm being told they're looking at 2 to 5 years. And Maryland has this great program about good behavior. You know, that can knock off some time. If you do some classes, that can get you out earlier. Stuff like that. But it's no doubt they're going to jail, both of them. And they're not going to get the sweetheart deal that Teresa Giudice got because this is a civil lawsuit and it's so many charges that they can't let one go first and the other. So most likely the children will go with the parents, with her mother, who is acting in public as if, well, she hasn't shown her face, but acting like there's, it's no big deal. She didn't come out and make any statements. You are secretly helping your daughter foot the bills. One of the biggest evidence that they have is the 40 maxed out credit cards. When they bring on a hand signature, they're going to say, what's it called? A handwriting specialist that's going to say it looks like Wendy's handwriting. Damn. How do you get out of that?
Yeah.
They don't say it looks like Eddie's handwriting. They say Wendy's handwriting. Girl, you in trouble. Perry, what do you have to say while I look for my notes?
Well, no, I'm just saying this. And you saying, well, now that's a lot of money to be paying this attorney. But I'm telling you, Sherelle, you don't agree with me when I say some people can fantasize about things and then they actually think it's their real life. Wendy thinks she's an African queen. She thinks she's above the law. She thinks her and those 4 degrees gonna get her out of this shit, right? That's why she prancing in with designer. The last thing she would want to show up to court with was a designer bag.
Oh, it's almost like she doesn't have any common sense, Perry. Who would do that?
I'm trying to tell you, cuckoo. Right? And then you saying, well, this lawyer, most lawyers gonna go and just make the money and do the best they can with you. But would you be doing a press conference? I mean, hell, the lawyer he'll look like a fool doing a press conference. Well, my client, they're innocent and it's no way that she was wearing that ring she was wearing after it was being reported stolen. By the time he left the podium, everybody would be saying this. Why the fuck you lying?
It makes no
It
sense.
ain't going down like that, right? And
Yeah.
I would make the money and you know, file your motions and do whatever, but that lawyer probably lose so much credibility going out there acting like they was innocent.
Now, listen, their defense is supposed to be that this is all one big misunderstanding, that the state is doing the most because she's famous and they're trying to make it an example out of her, that they can explain the evidence. This is not going to hold up in court. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking he's hoping that they can get some of the evidence kicked out. But with 17 felonies, you can only kick out so much. So I'm pretty sure they're hoping for, 1 or 2 years. That will be a victory for them. But there's no way that Wendy's not doing jail time. And there's no way that Wendy and Eddie are not going to be found guilty. This is what I'm being told. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what else I got here. It's so much going on. The smoking gun evidence. Oh, and then she wore the $20,000 purse. That. Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is a mess. This is a mess. Wendy, you keep talking. Let's shift really quickly to Monique Samuels. I'm being told that Monique Samuels' divorce records were sealed. You really cannot pull them up if you go to look at it. I'm also being told that she is in a custody battle right now with Crest. I searched and searched and searched. I'm told they're not going to show up because it's sealed. If this is true, Monique Samuels has every reason to jump on the Wendy train so she herself can stay on the show and have a storyline.
Well, yeah.
Would you do that?
I would. I mean, look, Monique need to get back on her feet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She don't have that cash cow anymore. The money that she had, she don't burnt through it and tricked it out with married men and stuff like that, right? She basically wasted her money and wasted all that time that she used Chris. You know what I'm saying? But I think at this point, people see Wendy ain't gonna be around too much longer, because even by the grace of God, if she can just get away with it, the girls on the show ain't gonna let her live it down.
And that's what's going on right now. That's why we're hearing that, what happened when they went on the cast trip to Delaware. Everyone's asking her questions like, well, how come there was no one on the surveillance camera? And they're asking her detailed questions as if she was in court, and she's answering the questions. This is what they're going to ask you in court. Do you not think they're going to take this filmed evidence because the cameras showed up when she went to court? This is all being filmed. And you know how messy Bravo is when they show something and they catch you on the lie. They'll show you saying something different to somebody else. I wouldn't want to be Wendy right now for nothing. You can't pay me enough. Her life is falling apart.
Right. She's just coming across as a big ass fake.
It's crazy, yeah. Let's see what they're saying really quick. They better ask those questions, not like the ladies of Beverly Hills who were scared to ask Erica anything. I didn't see Beverly Hills this season. Yes, Karen is back. She sounds very, very foolish. I think that Smack to You says that Karen will get a reprieve because of Wendy. No one's going to think about Karen anymore on this upcoming season. It's all about Wendy. They're filming it. They were there on Tuesday or Wednesday whenever she went to court. It's just a mess. It's just a mess.
It's not too much they can say about Karen. Karen did the crime, did her time, and that.
So that's what I have to say about Wendy Osefo. If I'm missing something, because I got so many notes on Wendy and so many videos to do, best believe I will be putting out still videos, because there is so much. And it was almost like that's what everybody wanted to talk about on the set was Wendy Osefo. Oh, yeah. And that's it. I can't tell you everything right now. All right, let's go to Michael Jackson really quick, because this is just a lot. Okay, it's always a lot with my man Mike. Okay, love me some Michael Jackson, but he's got a lot going on, and it's almost sad because he's not here to defend himself. I did something wrong. Let me try it again. So Netflix is putting out a documentary about Michael Jackson, and it's called Michael Jackson, The Verdict, right? Let's see if I can make this bigger. Okay. And people are upset because he just had a huge victory with the movie Michael, starring his nephew, Jaafar Jackson. That's Jermaine Jackson's kid. We're going to talk about Jermaine Jackson's lawsuit in a little bit, okay? And Paris is closing in on you, Jermaine. But this is about Michael right now. So they're supposed to do, so because of that successful movie that made so much money, Billie Jean went #1 again. After, 40 years, Thriller was out. He's no longer here. And this film, Jaafar did an excellent job, but it made people remember why we loved Michael Jackson, because Jaafar did do an excellent job. And at times I did feel like I was looking at Michael, because Jaafar did all his own dancing and all of that. And it just felt really real. Like, did they leave a lot out because of Aunt Janice and Diana Ross? Yes, they did, because Janice, Paris, and Diana, and LaToya, even though she said she went to support Jaafar, she wasn't playing them showing Michael in a negative light, and he doesn't deserve it. When you're gone, you're gone.
Right.
So now they're doing this new Netflix film called Michael Jackson, The Verdict, and it's supposed to be about what went on during the trial. So, fans are upset because we don't want to talk about that. Unless it's something that, unless they show us, what's his name, Dr. Conrad, giving the propofol. We don't want to go through what we consider propaganda, what we consider was a lie against Michael, because they were going after him for his, what do you call those things? Publishing, masters, stuff like that. But this gets worse, okay? The film is going to be produced by a company called Candle True Stories, okay? And these producers, there are several producers from Candle, I just lost my place, True Stories. But there's a producer in particular. His name is James Goldston, okay? And he's the former ABC News president. He's also was the person in charge of the documentary by Martin Bashir. Do you guys remember a film made by Michael Bashir? This is the film that they crucified Michael. They called him a pedophile. They showed him holding hands with a little kid in the bed. And when Michael saw this, he was horrified. This forced him to put out his own film right after that of the raw footage that shows how they set him up and what really happened. Okay. This guy cannot stand Michael Jackson. It was because of that film with Martin Bashir, that documentary, that they opened up the first allegations. Okay, because they said it was a weird atmosphere. There was children around a lot. We saw him holding hands with kids, this, and that. So that's bad, because they clearly do not like Michael. James Goldston is the main producer that, according to the rumors, hates Michael Jackson. And his intention is to do two things with this new documentary. One, remind everyone that Michael was a pedophile. Two, play off all the money that the movie Michael's playing, because it's so popular right now. He'll come through and say, hey, remember what really happened? But even worse than that, than this man just blatantly going after a man that can't defend himself, I'm being told, according to the rumors behind the scenes, you know who's also involved with this film, but she doesn't want it to be traced back to her? The rumor is Oprah Winfrey herself,
wow,
is behind this film. Now, I didn't see that. I missed something. I always knew Wendy wasn't SHH years ago. Oh, okay. But when I criticized her, I was called a colorist.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that, Kobe. I remember it. Now back to Michael. They're saying that Oprah Winfrey's behind this film, but she doesn't want to be tied to it. I am thoroughly disgusted in Oprah Winfrey because she also interviewed the people that made the documentary with Wade Robson. I think it was called Something Neverland. She's always going against Black men. And she uses that when they have these allegations comes up, because she also wanted to produce the film for Russell Simmons until he just dragged her for filth, called her out for her treatment of Black men. And what's more important than that, she says nothing about her boy, who she worked with on a number of projects, Harvey Weinstein. But you got smoke for Michael Jackson, for the man who's not here to defend himself. Also, too, you had problems with Taraji P. Henson. You think you could not pay Black people the money that they deserve. You know, Monique called you out years ago. I'm so done with Oprah Winfrey that I don't want to see her bobblehead anymore because she looks ridiculous. She weighs about 87 pounds and looks like her head is going to tip over. She's overdoing Ozempic. You're 70 years old and you weigh 100 pounds. I get why the public's so upset. You tried to get him the first time when he was here. Nothing happened to him. He was not found guilty. He was acquitted of all charges. So you wait till he's no longer here and you try it again. Perry, what are your thoughts about this?
I mean, look, I'll just say this. Coons be cooning, right? Mm-hmm. And Oprah can go through all this stuff. It could be a reason why she don't like the Black men, because Black men, she probably feel like walk past her. So, I don't know, like Oprah is just weird. Like, remember we was talking about Wendy earlier? Like some people, she came up, made it big, and then she started to feel herself. And then people sometimes forget where they came from. That used to be her base of her story coming up, and she used to talk the good game that she cared about community. Oprah did.
So you're saying that she forgot about the African-American culture? Let's just be real.
Yes.
This is the thing.
Those are people she ain't paying. Those are the people she's criticizing.
Yeah.
She didn't go after Harvey. And hell, and she gonna back a movie. Why ain't she backing a movie about Elvis, real life? I'm just saying, look, people can forget about the community they came from. Clearly, she used that coming up. Everybody liked it because she would talk a good game. But really, she's just what would be the word? Like, she did Color Purple. She would be the master and have us being out in the fields. I'm just saying Oprah is full of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, and fake as ever, right? Celebrating the movie coming out, but just don't say my name about it. You hear? Don't say it's my name. even though I'm cooning, that's just too much for me.
Yeah, it's really disgusting. But it looks like that this documentary is going through, and it will be on Netflix on the 24th, I believe. That's today. Oh no. Well, that's tomorrow. I mean, it's tomorrow. It is what it is. We'll come back and talk about it. We'll review it. Poor Michael Jackson, even after death. And, I really do believe they were after him for his masters. There's a current lawsuit out there with Paris saying that, they're taking advantage of the executors, are stealing his money, sold his masters. And she says there's a whole plot about how they got in control of his estate. She said that her father would never have left his estate to somebody that he accused of stealing from him and fired. And John Branca is the executor of the estate. It's a lot. I'll be doing Michael Jackson stories and looking into it, and we'll start with this documentary. All right, let's move on. Now I want to move on to Towanda Braxton. Now, y'all know I've been gone all week. I missed this story. I would have talked about the story first if I would have been around. But y'all heard this story that Towanda Braxton's new husband, Sean Hall, said that on their wedding night, the cooch smelled like onions.
Is he looking to get out the marriage that fast?
But since then, she has freshened it up and doesn't smell like onions anymore. Perry, how long before the divorce is announced?
Well, pretty soon. Like, I pretty much get that relationship maybe to the end. It'll be over probably before 2027. Because, like, she's too needy for him. That's just too needy.
Listen, there's so much going on with that relationship. But someone said, Sherelle, that's not funny. It's hysterical. It's hysterical, okay? Because we know all the plotting and planning that Towanda did on Tamar. And one of the things was threw her under the bus and told, what's her name, Iyanla, about Tamar being touched as a child. But she didn't talk about the rest of the family because the rumors are y'all all were touched. Towanda is so mean and heartless towards Ashley, who wanted to tell her story about what happened to her growing up.
Mm-hmm.
How she said she had things going on with her father. They treated her awful, sending Tamar cease and desist letters. Didn't you watch the episode? It's hysterical. Towanda is the meanest Braxton there is. And she's very devious. And I'm not making this up because you got charged with it. She's a thief. She won't pay Tamar back the $35,000 that Tamar gave her to get the home. And she's so shysty that a bankruptcy judge denied bankruptcy because she said she was hiding money. Of course, I think this is funny that she's got a guy. You know what you're saying when you're in public who says the cooch smells like onions.
Now, come on. What's funny though, like, we didn't say that. That man that was in between said it, right? Like, like for real, like, what man would say this?
I don't know. What husband would say that about their wife?
Has that respect left already? And he said on the wedding night. That wedding ain't gonna last too long.
No. And don't forget, according to the rumors, to avoid creditors, Towanda has transferred her house into Sean's name. How quick before this is going to backfire on you? Because when you tell the public that your wife's cooch smelled like onions on your wedding night, yeah, there's some things going through his head, okay? Girl, I give it 3 more months. I hate to say this, before the divorce. And then you're going to have to fight him for your house back because you were trying to be slick and avoid the creditors and avoid paying Tamar the $35,000 back. Now you're going to be hurting because when you say stuff like that, who knows if he's not stepping out? You know, the whole original rumor out there where you got mad at me for did take place. I won't go through it again because I like Sean now. I think Sean is a mess. I think he's a hot, friendly mess.
He said that his wife had a funky box. No, for real. Like, that is crazy. But
he said it. Do you want me to read the article? He said it's so funny. It says, media takeout has just witnessed a wedding day moment so awkward it's going completely viral, and not for the right reasons. While the world was busy celebrating Towanda, Braxton, and Sean Hall's beautiful union, a behind-the-scenes video posted to social media has fans wondering if the honeymoon phase ended before it even began. Now, that's not me. That's somebody else. In a move that's being called shady and mean-spirited, Sean decided to use his platform to air out his bride's well scent on the biggest day of her life. Oh, wait. I think this is it. Hold on. I'm sorry. You guys don't know how mean Towanda is. Oh my goodness. And it looks like they got a clip. Don't let it be a clip. Yeah, it's a clip. Let's see what it says.
But you good now. You washed up under there and everything. You good. She took a quick, what they call it, a whole bath.
a whole bath.
Wanda smelled like an onion sandwich.
Really?
She did. She washed her armpits, but she's okay now. Yeah, she smells good now. I got a wife that smelled like onion burger a little bit. But you good now. You washed up under there and everything. You good. She took.
I can't believe he said it. I thought it was only in print. Perry, what did you say? How long do you give that marriage? No, man.
I mean, by the end of the year, because he got the prep for her departure.
Towanda, you put your home because you didn't want to pay Tamar in the Sean's name, and now he's saying the cooch stinks.
And
but
now,
you washed it.
And you got to get the stepping. Come on now, like
unbelievable.
Gave the man the house.
Let's move on. Oh my goodness, so funny. I'm sorry, y'all. It's funny. It's funny, and Towanda deserves it. She deserves that divorce.
Like what did he say? Onions. She smelled better now. She took a hoe bath. Now, who called their wife a hoe? I don't. Shit.
It's insane. All right, let's move on to Todd and Kandi. Oof, child. I feel so sorry for Kandi.
Is that Kandi right there?
Yeah, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, she got her get back. Okay, she is snatched. She looks amazing. This is on Todd's social media. Todd posted this, and he said, "Happy birthday, Kandi! Wow, the big 5-0. Welcome to the club. I wish you good health, wealth, peace, and happiness. Have fun. Turn up. F it. Have a drink. LOL. Live this." Oh, I can't say that. We only get to do it once. Happy birthday. Todd, you know Kandi not speaking to you. What kind of game you playing here? You know she's not talking to you. You know she was crying a couple weeks ago. Still, she said she's still not over what you did to her. You cheater. Okay?
Right.
But that's not what I want to talk about Todd today. Let's talk about Todd in this new TV show he's supposed to have, okay? He's supposed to have be a producer of this show that's starring him, Peter Thomas, and Apollo Nida.
Mhm.
And it's supposed to be showing them being single. Okay. Oh, that was bad right there, because you're kind of throwing it in her face. Oh, I'm single now. I'm going to have so much fun.
I mean, what do you mean though? He
What
threw
do
it
you
in her face?
Yeah, I think it's rude for Kandi that now that they got a divorce, he acts like, well, I'm glad she's done. She's gone. And let me show you how wonderful my single life is. That's how
well, I mean, well, yeah. I mean, this would mean you'd be disagreeing about like, she chose him. She went to the back. Hey, camera guy.
Perry, can you just say that Todd did Kandi wrong by having an affair? Can you just say that?
Oh. Look.
Oh my.
I'm not exact. Okay, yes. He broke that kind of the house rules. The house rules was she can do what she want to do, but he can't. So yes, based on that, he did break the house rules because he didn't have the right to do it on his own. Now, that man went out there and got him a piece outside the house. She probably got more pieces than that. If you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what happened. And the man, if he wrote that on her birthday, he just saying, hey, you know what? We tried it. It didn't work. Thanks for the cash. Go out and have yourself a stiff drink and enjoy your birthday. He's trying to move on from these because they still got the co-parent. Huh?
I think Todd wants to make nice with Kandi because of what I'm getting ready to say right here. Okay, so he's supposed to be starting his own network, right? Funded by the divorce settlement. I'll repeat that. Funded by the divorce settlement. He's supposed to take his own money, put it into a pilot with the hopes of attracting investors, or he'll move forward on his own. This is foolish. He's going to be broke in 3 months. In 3 months, you're going to be broke. Now, people claim Todd's a producer. He's produced a lot of other shows like R&B Divas and all of this stuff, and he knows what he's doing. It sounds like a disaster waiting to happen to me when you put your own money into a project. Ask Kenya Moore, who funded her own pilot. When you put that kind of money into a pilot, there's no guarantee you're going to get it back. What if your network doesn't work out? What if you can't find any investors? This is a disaster waiting to happen. And I think he's got to make nice with Kandi, who was crying, saying she's not over it. She'll never forget what he did to her. If he takes his divorce money and puts it into his own network, hoping to be the new Lemuel Plummer, he wants to compare it to the Zeus network. I don't know, Todd. I'm not investing in it, so don't ask me for no damn money. It's too risky. You are not the new Zeus. If you wanted to be the new Zeus, what you're just gonna have like a bunch of people fight? Like what, Todd? Too soon. I would have took the quiet route. I'd have been quiet for a couple months, still being daddy daycare. You all up in public talking about your new project with the 304, the 2 304s. That's what I call Peter and
Apollo.
They are a bunch of 304s, okay?
Right. And
does this sound smart to you?
You very much coming across as a hater. You know that?
Me? I thought you meant Todd.
No, you. Like, look, this is where you get it wrong. Like,
Oh my God.
It was a business deal. Yes, and I admit this part to you. Todd was gold digging. And she was sugar mamaing. Right?
Oh, Perry.
Like, her cash brung him to the bedroom. You see what I'm saying? Like, they did this, they got kids together, let them move on. And Kandi wasn't the saint neither. I'm sure she broke the house rules, or she was a dictator, so it was still wrong. Okay, let me ask you this: if Todd wasn't allowed to bring a woman home, and she could bring a woman home, isn't she mistreating him?
I can't.
It wasn't equal, right?
I can't.
And then you all upset. Oh, how can he? How can he take the divorce money? The divorce money is his. When people separate and they get their money, they do what they want to do. If you try to spend it for him, how can he take this money? And what if he lose it all? He'll be broke just like any other investor.
I just would hope that he would have been quiet after the divorce. Give Kandi a grace period before
he been quiet for 10 years of the marriage. The man been in a chicken coop.
I cannot.
Been like that, like down in the basement, like Raph. You know what I'm saying? Like, and look, I hate to see any couple break up, right? But I don't think neither one of them was that invested in the relationship. I think when it dissolved, she didn't want half her money to go away, because if she was just really loving Todd and wanted him to be the only person in her life, they wouldn't have been having the freak show. See what I'm saying?
I can't. Perry wants a reaction out of me, and he ain't getting it today. I'm too tired. Anyway, Todd, I hope that you spend your divorce money wisely. Okay, I know you still got those restaurants, so back up off Kandi a little bit. Stop wishing her publicly happy birthday. You doing that for show. If you really want her to have a happy birthday, call and say happy birthday. This makes it look like you're just,
Okay, and then on Todd's side, she's up there looking for sympathy.
Oh my God.
This man wished her a happy birthday. Now, people say after a breakup, why can't they be kind to one another? He's trying. Happy birthday, girl. You know what? By the way, I just signed that divorce check. Me and my boys Apollo and going out tonight. Now, I wish him success in that, because I definitely watch it. Because I think theirs would be more natural. Like, hit the clubs and do that kind of fun shit.
They're going to be on the loose for women to take care of them. Because, no offense, Peter allegedly broke. You went to prison for not paying bills and stuff like that. And then Apollo, you're allegedly going through a divorce and broke. And then, Todd about to be broke if he keeps spending his money.
All three of those guys was on The Housewives. And I don't think they got paid the money the women did.
They did not.
Right. So, in a sense, and, I can't believe I'm sticking up for Peter now. Maybe they feel used. You know what I'm saying?
No comment. And now
they want their own show.
Child, this is going to be a mess. Let's move on to Tasha K. Okay. People are going around reporting that Cardi B filed a new lawsuit against her husband, Sheck. I hope I say his name right, Sheck. And that she's going after him for money, and it's possible he could be deported. Okay. I know who put that out there. He's a great guy. I won't say your name. He's a great blogger, but you got the story wrong. Number one, this is not a criminal lawsuit. Sheck will not face deportation. The only way Sheck would face deportation is if the assigned conservator finds any fraud or any illegal mishandlings, and they get it upgraded from a civil case to a criminal case. Then he's facing deportation, because you're not allowed to have a felony on your record, just as Joe Drew does. But y'all are jumping the gun. And he misread the paperwork, this blogger. This is not a new lawsuit. This is new paperwork added to the ongoing lawsuit. And the reason that they had to add Sheck's name is because I believe she put the house in his name, or one business, of the kids.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like basically transferred the funds into his business.
So they had to update the paperwork, because that's breaking a Georgia state. That's breaking a law. when you go into a lawsuit or a bankruptcy, all your assets are frozen, right? They're frozen. You're not allowed to transfer the house into so-and-so's name real quick, or everybody would do it. And I think Tasha, I don't know why she did what she did. And those offshore accounts and stuff like that, you weren't supposed to do it. So the judge can't reverse all of that, but they have to include Sheck's name as a co-conspirator because it was in his name that they transferred. One of them was the kid's name. You know, she tried to hide the money. Yeah. And I don't know if she's innocent or guilty. It not looking good. Okay. I believe Cardi's forensic accountants, this was intentionally done. You intentionally broke the law. You didn't let them know. They're saying you're hiding money. Tasha K is in a lot of trouble. And right now, and they're saying that she could get the chapter 11 converted into the chapter 7, which means that she will have a
liquidation.
No, what's the name of the person that?
Oh, the trustee. The trustee.
Yeah, she's not. That's happening now. It's not going to happen. It's happening now. They're in an investigation phase where there's a trustee in charge of Tasha K's business right now, in charge of her money right now, and they're trying to confirm all the things that Cardi B said happened, the offshore accounts. And there's no reason for Cardi B's attorneys to lie about that. They absolutely found offshore accounts about putting the home in first her child's name and then Sheck's name and hiding money. So if they can prove that, then it gets upgraded to a criminal lawsuit and both are facing jail time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
she's got a lot going on. I'm sure she's scared right now. Yeah. She's, you can see her trying to make money. She's selling spots on her show. She's saying, if you're a writer and you want to advertise your book, come on my show. If you want to buy some space on my other social medias, you can. I think like Jason Lee already does that. And so I don't know why she's continuing to work hard right now. Maybe it's just in her. What I would have done was just, okay, kick back and let's see what the,
I think you got to continue to work hard, because what if things fall in your favor, like some kind of way, like until you can come up with another plan. If you stop, where's the money coming from?
Yeah.
So and I get it now. I'm saying that, but then if I had to work hard, so hard, and turn all my money over to the trustee, that's what I say. And people said, well, why would you run for your responsibilities? No, I was responsible. I messed up, but I'm not going to be giving up my whole check for the next 30 years.
It's a bad situation. Now, other bloggers who don't like her, but were close to her and her husband, is saying that there's problems in the marriage right now, that he's upset about it. We can't confirm or deny it. That's what they're saying. That's out there. I hope that's not true.
That would be a natural thing, though. I think so. Like, when you have financial stress in-house, it just leads to arguments because both people are stressed out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, then I can believe. And then when you bring up, most people, when they get in a jam like that, a lot of people, I can't say everybody, I say, okay, look, if I lose this case, they can come and get my money. Let me shift my money before that happens. The offshore account.
I can't explain it. She got caught. She got busted. It is what it is.
You can't squeeze water from a turnip or something like that.
Also, too, so there's a group of people that were actually friends with Tasha that are loving this. And I'm not talking about the people that don't know her. I'm talking about people that actually know her. They had a falling out. They're going in. They're going in, and maybe they have every right to go in. I can't tell people what to do. That's how they feel about it. But they're showing videos of her saying she ain't got it. She did come out and say she didn't have it. And now they saying, but you had it. You were just lying about it and you were hiding it. I mean, it's a tough time for Tasha K right now. And I don't want to jump on the bandwagon because I don't like kicking people when they're down. And that's for anybody except for Towanda. That's a little funny because the onions. But besides that, I don't like kicking people when they're down. And, you know, I just report what happened and then that's just what happened. I'm not going to go in, but there are a lot of people that are really dragging her right now. And, you know, it's a tough time.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my God. I'm not looking at the chat. y'all stop. Like, she's going through a tough time. I'm not looking at y'all. But, you know, people feel how they feel and they're going to express it, you know. Well, it is what it is. Tough time, but this is not a new lawsuit. So please don't misinterpret what's going on. And it's not one day she can get her chapter 11 turned into a 7. No, that's happening now. And so the new, what they call that person again? Trustee. The new trustee is launching their own investigation to verify everything that Cardi B is saying. Cardi B not playing with her. And Cardi B has spent so much money on this situation that she can't stop. So it's not looking good for Tasha right now. But Tasha's being a fighter and she's hanging in there. I hope the rumors around about her marriage is not true because we don't know. We're not there. And these people that know her, if you did hear this, then that's what you heard. All right. It's just a lot. And yes, I don't have a problem saying I like Tasha K. You feel how you feel. I feel how I feel. Harry feels how he feels. These are all opinions, okay? And so sometimes if you don't say something that, if you don't agree with another person's opinions, then they get all mad at you. You don't know. You don't know why. I have my reasons for doing what I do, and you got your reasons for doing what you do. Y'all need to chill and realize that everybody has their opinions, and me and Perry still put on a good show. Right, Perry?
Right. Yeah. All that good stuff.
Y'all, a lot of people don't like Tasha. Here's one right here. I love Tasha. She lost the battle, but she'll win the war. I don't want to see the charges upgraded. I don't. She needs to leave that stupid Buddha shit alone and come to Christ. That's the only way. Yeah, Cardi plays spiritually. She's in a position right now where, and I don't know if this ever happened to any of you, sometimes there's nothing you can do about your problems and you got to turn it over to Christ and say, whatever happened is going to happen. And so I've been there plenty of times. Well, not facing those kind of accusations, but I felt, everybody goes through ups and downs in life. And I always say the reason I'm not kicking Tasha when she's down, because we all get a turn.
Right.
All those people, we all get a turn. I know so clearly. Plus, two, when I went through my lawsuits, there was a group of bloggers that didn't touch it. And I respect them for that and appreciate them for that and will always be grateful. They called me and said, somebody wants me to do this story on you. I'm not going to do it. And I return those favors. I will not talk bad about Tasha K and other group of bloggers. So it is what it is. Let's see what y'all saying. Oof. Stop the religious foolishness. I like Tasha K, but she made some very goofy choices. This has nothing to do with white Jesus. Oh my God, unique. That's what's going on. Now I want to talk to y'all really quickly about this last case. here, because we got a lot of stories I missed all week. On Netflix, there is a documentary out. Let me put it on the screen so I know where to timestamp it. Here we go. I clicked out really quick and my screen went blank. There's this documentary out about this girl. Her name is Mackenzie Shrilla. Okay. Perry did a video about this. This is the girl. Perry does his Perry stories. Perry, you remember it, right?
Yeah. And my stories are great, by the way.
And y'all did a 2-hour video watching the actual footage of this girl who got into a car accident. You guys were watching the body cam. And in the car, she had her boyfriend and some guy named Davion. And everybody lost their life but her. But go to court, come to find out that she kind of did it on purpose. Yeah, it's really crazy that she planned a unaliving and then take herself out too. That was her plan. And this is blowing up on what do you call that? Netflix. It's called The Crash. This had to be one of the best documentaries I have seen in a long time, because you got to see a different side of her, and she wasn't remorseful at all. She kind of looked at the attention that she was getting, and almost like she was famous and like, oh my God, I can't believe that. So I had this little clip that I wanted to show you guys. Perry, what do you haven't seen? So let me show you the clip and you can tell me what you think about these things. But this is a story that you've got to do again, okay? Because she ultimately got convicted and got a life sentence. They found her guilty.
Right.
But she has a possibility of parole. So after this film, people are finding text messages that she wrote. She's a narcissist. Let me put it that way. She's a narcissist and her mother's a narcissist. I don't know if narcissism is something that can get handed down, but the mom, and y'all see in this clip, and Perry, you can tell me to stop whenever you want to. The clip is 15 minutes. I don't know if I'll play the whole clip. Just explaining what happened and what the documentary was about. When the policeman says, there's a problem, there's this happened and there's an unaliving, she never asked the mom, who is the queen narcissist. She's a queen narcissist. Well, who were the other people? Or I feel bad that these other people, nothing. It was all about her daughter. And then they started plotting with what they were going to say to the media, how to come across, make sure you cry on this. Like,
rehearsed it, yeah.
Crazy. So let me play this clip. Perry, tell me to stop whenever, because you actually played the body cam in its entirety. This is just what the documentary is about. Okay. So we got to see this before we can talk about the text messages that are resurfacing now. Okay.
3 people inside this Toyota Camry when it crashed. 2 of them did not survive, 19-year-old Davion Flanagan and 20-year-old Dominic Russo. But the third passenger, a 17-year-old girl who was driving, did survive. Her name is Mackenzie Shrilla. And after that crash, Mackenzie was on social media, on TikTok, and it made people absolutely furious.
I'm not even cool. I'm just one of those girls that can do a lot of drugs and not die.
Shortly after being released from the hospital, the police were provided additional videos of the defendant from her wheelchair as she attended a concert down in the flats.
Prosecutors say what happened to that car was not an accident. Mackenzie drove the Camry 100 miles per hour into a wall because she was fighting with Dominic, her boyfriend. And the sound of that fatal crash was captured by a surveillance camera.
There's a car that's smashed up against the building. I didn't go up to it because I was on my motorcycle. I didn't know if I'd get stuck, but they ran the curb. I can see they smashed the sign and hit the building. The car's crashed.
Radio. This car's split in two. Radio, there's an occupant inside. Send us a squad now.
Dude on Westwood on the 3 on Alameda.
Rookie. Oh my God, dude. Babe, what'd they tell you?
Nothing.
Okay, she was life flighted here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Okay.
So this is, they rushed her, they what do you call it when you get on a helicopter? They life flighted her. I don't know if that's the correct word, to the hospital. And this is the first time that her parents is hearing what's going on. And that's the mother. Her name is Natalie, I believe. And she's real bad narcissist, really bad narcissist.
No. You want to sit down?
Oh my God. Oh, dear.
Wait to say this. There's progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving.
Who died?
I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know Jacob?
Dom?
No, stop. Let him talk.
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her, okay? Your daughter's alive. Oh, God, help me. All right, I got to talk to you one more time. Let's let you know where we stand as a police department, okay? Where we stand today, okay? Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of mushrooms on her and a scale. Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off, okay? Drugs in the car. It's a mess, okay? We're not going to do anything with the blood draw or anything here, but it will probably be subpoenaed, just so you guys know. They're going to subpoena for a blood draw for the sample. Okay? Since she's unconscious, I really will, if you guys could talk, if she wakes up, we need the name of that passenger, okay?
Wait, you don't know what it is?
We don't. All I know is his name is Jacob. That's it.
Where were people in the car?
She was driving, one in the back seat, and Jacob was in the front. Davion in the back. You're the parent.
Now, let me say this really quick. Davion is the black kid that was looking at football scholarships. And then Jacob was her boyfriend that they said tried to break up with her. And this is what she did. Let's keep going.
I mean, you have the right to know. This is serious. And me and him were the first ones on scene to discover.
She was awake, but not awake, so she was like back
in and out of consciousness. She had been fully extracted from the vehicle. IFD. I know she has a severe leg injury. But like I said, she was speaking. She was speaking, okay? And she had her seatbelt on. Yes. We had to cut it off to get her out.
Stop.
Yeah, that probably saved her life. 100% saved her life.
She had a seatbelt on. Oh.
I don't believe the others did.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She got it out.
It was at Progress in Alameda. Like I said, they hit a building at a very high speed.
She had it on.
She did not hit another vehicle.
The drugs were on her, or like on a person, or just on her? Or did somebody else's? Could it be that she?
That person.
What does that mean? They were
Pockets. Yeah. That's the least your worries at this point, guys.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm just trying to gather information. I'm an information gatherer.
Yes, I'm just giving you what I know. Okay.
Like before, you lied. You lied and said you would never lock me out of the house again. That is why we got back together last time we broke up. But I forgot.
So someone just said they just watched this. I believe right now we're listening to a conversation between her and Jacob.
can
You
never
broke up with me
your
earlier.
word because you are.
You broke up with me earlier. You really broke.
His phone, okay?
To the documentary that we're talking about, the crash, there were claims that were made in this documentary that Sharilla had previously threatened to crash a car that she was driving with Dominic inside. You add to the story, apparently Sharilla had these videos up on social media where the argument was she didn't appear that remorseful over what happened after the crash, apparently talking about a brand deal. She was also accused of dressing up like a corpse for Halloween with her friends. Now, her friends said it was just like to look like a rapper, but you can understand why that would look problematic given what just happened. And then there were these posts from her social media that seemed to show her driving recklessly, smoking what looked like marijuana while behind the wheel of the car. So yeah, problematic to say the least. And she also, by the way, even posted a video seemingly showing her at a concert in a wheelchair after the crash. Sharilla was arrested in November 2022. She was charged with a laundry list of crimes, and this included murder and aggravated vehicular homicide for allegedly driving into the wall on purpose. And interestingly, a key piece of evidence against Sharilla, which prosecutors talked about at trial, wasn't even featured that much in the Netflix test or dry run before the crash. Now, to be clear.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. I didn't hear that part. She did a test run? So she was planning a unaliving
of all of them.
That's oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sharilla and her family have always maintained her innocence, saying she had some sort of medical episode, a medical condition that could cause her to black out, specifically POTS. We know that this is a condition that can cause dizziness, fainting, and while that was her defense at trial, by the way, Sharilla didn't testify. And by the way, going back to what happened when she was arrested, she seemed shocked that she was being taken into custody, and so did her parents.
What happens now? What am I doing?
Okay, well, Mackenzie's 18, so
The lawyer said they called and said that, not to talk to any cops because she's legal counsel.
yeah, and we read her rights because she's 18, and we are not going to ask her any questions. We have nothing to ask her, so we're not going to ask her anything anyway. So when we're done with our booking process, she will likely be processed downtown. We'll transport her downtown.
I need to speak to my daughter because you guys aren't allowed to speak to her at all. That's from the lawyer. He does not want you guys speaking to her. And I can get him on the phone, and he can tell you that over the phone if that works, or I can go in and tell her not to open her mouth. But how you guys did this on the weekends is just, well, all you have to do is go, hey, there's a warrant for, we would have brought it right down here with no problem. But you hit it. It's just unbelievable. I mean, she was 18.
So the warrant was issued today, so we executed it today. The warrant wasn't issued earlier.
Well, you could have made a phone call, couldn't you? You had your creeper out in front of my yard watching.
So.
And I have to agree, you guys, they're being very defensive, forgetting that people lost their lives. They seem more concerned with their daughter.
She can't take any, she's an adult, she can't take any phone calls right now. She'll be transferred downtown.
Okay.
I don't know when.
Service just called to advise.
She'll be transferred downtown.
Okay, well, I still need to speak to my daughter so she understands what her,
my
not to say anything to you guys.
Okay, and I don't know about the phone. I would have to ask about that.
Can you go find it's mine? It's not hers. I do need it. I have other children.
And that's how we communicate.
Yeah, and that's how we communicate.
Okay, so
I do need my phone.
Yeah,
I mean, if had to roll out the whole mask to pick up an 18-year-old girl who can hardly walk out of a hospital visit, it's just beyond me.
So we follow the law, and that's what we're doing today. So her, the phone that was in her hand is the one that we took, but I'd have to check with the detective to find out what's going on with that. I don't know the answer to that.
Can we find out? I do need it like right now.
Okay, let me at least
I have
ask.
another child.
No, I get it. So we gotta let them.
Thank you.
And am I going to be allowed to have a 2-minute conversation with her?
You cannot talk to her while she's here. No.
Why doesn't she get a
Well,
phone
she has
call?
legal
If you arrested her, why
representative.
don't she get a phone call?
She was just brought in. They're going to process her. As soon as they get the time for her to make a phone call, she will be able to make a phone call.
You just need to advise her. She has a lawyer.
She's a lawyer. She does have a lawyer.
She is 18 years old and she could speak
Yeah,
that.
but she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
Well,
and you guys are no, the bullshit. All the kids nowadays are dumb, and these guys are going to take advantage of it. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
Her
from
attorney
lawyer.
can call us.
Don't ask her any questions. She's not allowed to speak to you.
It says, quote, Sergeant Doyle stated to us that Mackenzie Shirilla came to Metro Health as a juvenile, but while she was being treated in the hospital over the course of several days, she had a birthday and turned 18, thus making her an adult. One night before the night of Dominic Russo's funeral, she tried to escape and leave the hospital. He stated that the police were called to her room to intervene. While he was in the room, he stated he spoke to Mackenzie Shirilla's father, who called them. The sergeant stated that her father, Stephen Shirilla, stated to him that they cannot allow their daughter to leave the hospital. Sergeant Doyle stated to him that she is an adult and they cannot physically keep her there at the hospital if she wanted to leave because she was now an adult. Sergeant Doyle stated to us that Mr. Shirilla stated to him that they had to keep her in the hospital, quote, because she already tried to kill herself and she killed those two boys, and quote, they can't allow her to leave the hospital because she's... Now, that is really interesting because there had been speculation that Mackenzie Shirilla was trying to end her own life when she crashed the car but survived.
We're dispatched to Mackenzie Shirilla's room. Can you tell me about that day?
So we're...
This is a cop that is talking about what he saw and what he knows about the case.
dispatched up to the room for a disturbance. Once we arrived up on the room, she was upset that with her dad. So I was in the room with her and her dad, and if I recall correctly, her mom was in the room too. He asked the dad to step out. He was hysterical, crying, just all upset about his daughter, and so then we're trying to calm him down, and he's like, you guys probably know who I am, and you probably saw it all on the news and stuff like that. So. And he's like, at one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation. And he's like, because she's not, thinking clearly, blah, 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 blah. I'll be honest, that was back in August, word for word what he said, I don't recall every word that he said. He was pretty hysterical, he was pretty upset. And, we sat him at the waiting room down the hall, and that was she was upset with her dad because she wanted to leave to go to the funerals. And I guess they got in some kind of argument about it, and that was it,
Today or in the past?
No, he just, the only thing that I can recall on is he just made that comment, I feel like she needs a psych evaluation. Because she's not thinking clearly. Okay. What that means, Okay.
Yeah. So it's open for interpretation, basically. Mm-hmm. He did not kind of go on to explain.
And I said, did you guys ever charge that, charge out that, female yet from that crash? And he said, and the one guy's like, no, not yet. Saying hey, it's coming soon. So I said, yeah, we had a little interaction with the dad. I said, and I pretty much told them the same thing I told you. But at the end of it, I said, I'm like, I said, I heard that she intentionally did it. Meaning I heard that she intentionally did it through other law enforcement source.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. So at no point was it that you heard it from Shirilla's dad?
No.
Okay. Can I ask who you heard it from?
I was at a party and there was a bunch of cops there, and it was a third party.
Okay. Was it SPD officers?
No, it was the other officer that knew. It was a kind of third party.
Third party, so just cops chopping it up.
Yeah.
Okay. And so at no point in your conversation, just to be clear, did you say that Mr. Shirilla told you my daughter needs an eval because she in the process?
We know that Mackenzie Shirilla opted for a bench trial. So instead of going to a jury, she went in front of a judge. And so the judge would be the trier of fact here. And the judge saw the arguments, saw the evidence, and made a decision. The judge found Mackenzie Shirilla guilty of all 12 counts. Felonious assault, aggravated vehicular homicide, drug possession, possessing criminal tools, and Mackenzie Shirilla was sentenced to 2 life terms in prison, served at the same time, with the possibility of parole after 15 years.
Is there anyone else?
I would like Mackenzie to address the court.
Mackenzie, you don't have to speak if you don't want to. It's up to you. Okay?
You want me to stand up right here?
You can sit if it's more comfortable, whatever's better for you.
The families of Dom and Davia.
Now, let me add this really quickly. She was very emotional when she spoke to the judge, but you will find out that this was all plotted.
She would never, ever.
And then to be clear, there's a lot of backlash after this documentary premiered that has been leveled at Mackenzie Shirilla's parents, because one commenter on Reddit wrote, her parents are villains also for not disciplining this petulant child. Her temper tantrums were allowed to flourish unchecked, and the result is an out-of-control adult who cannot manage her feelings. Those parents are still making excuses for their bad parenting and her murderous behavior. I had a chance to speak with a woman named Kat Crowder on my News Nation show, Jesse Weber Live, last night. And she spent some time locked up at the same time as Shirilla at this correctional facility. And she claimed, look, while she wouldn't say she was friends with Mackenzie Shirilla, she observed how she acted behind those prison walls.
A very light demeanor, if that makes sense. So lots of laughing, lots of giggling, you know, makeup done every day. It was never this dark, smug, tough girl act that was in this video, trying to portray some sort of remorse. I never, you know, I don't know what somebody's thinking. I don't know what's going on in her head, but from my observations, there was never any, you know, behaviors that looked like somebody who was remorseful.
I don't want to enjoy life there, but like it's just sad. Like I don't know.
No, that's a rehabilitative. See, that's how jail is supposed to rehabilitate people.
But I don't need to be rehabilitated. Like I don't need that. Like
I know you don't.
I feel like I want to live off the grid. Like, and I'm just been thinking about like how I'm just gonna be like old when I get out of jail, and like I don't know, like I'm not gonna be able to have kids or like a family and shit like
What?
that. Like
Stop that.
I'm just scared they're gonna be like, you have the death penalty or you're going to life for 40 years.
I know. Well, let us fight. Let us do what we're doing, okay? Just living right now.
You know, one of the pieces of criticism of this documentary is that it doesn't appear to include an audio conversation between Mackenzie and her mom, where the argument is that they talk in like gibberish, allegedly coded language, according to people that police believe she said to her mom, "Can we tell the police I had a seizure? Can we tell the police something like that?" There's also reports that Natalie Shirilla is posting on behalf of her daughter on her Instagram page. The last post is from February, a selfie of Shirilla, and the caption says, "From Mackenzie, thank you to those who see through the lies and to those who take time out of their day to form their own opinion as to the truth of what actually happened. I'm not perfect. I never will be, but I am not guilty of..."
Oh, okay. Okay, so there you have it. Now, they're really describing her as a Casey Anthony. They're saying that she was looking at herself being on the news and all of that, almost like she was famous.
Right.
She would giggle and say, "Oh my God, how did I look? You know, was I sad enough?" So I played that to catch you guys up on what's going on, because there's so much evidence coming forward now. Perry's going to be covering this. Did you want to say anything before I show a clip of some of the things that she was saying behind the scenes?
No. It's just a trip though, because I remember doing this whole thing, this show, and I thought it was a little weird, but this is crazy. Like, no remorse whatsoever.
Perry, you have to watch the documentary. It's worse.
Okay.
It's worse. They did not care. They were acting like they were celebrities. Now, I will say the father wasn't as bad as the mother, but I don't know if narcissism is a genetic, something that you can hand down. But her mother is a bigger narcissist than her. They would do interviews and then worry about how her hair looked. And never once did she show any remorse for taking these two people's lives. So now, after the documentary, this has been a resurgence of people looking at this again, because they're saying when she comes up for parole, we all need to remember this, because she has a chance to get out. But here is a video, one of the videos shown of some of the things that she was saying behind the scenes. I don't want to show it all. I just want to show you a little clip, because you guys need to go look at the video. called The Crash on Netflix. And Perry will be doing more updates on more evidence. Take a look at this.
It's really hard every day in here. I try to wake up and be the best person I could be every day, stay out of trouble. There's not a moment that doesn't pass where I don't think about them, or I don't feel the pain in my chest that it's still like a void of losing them in.
I'm about to ask for a private call. Do you think they're going to give me more than like 40 years? Because I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking I'm getting life in prison.
That's what I'm prepared for that. That's what I'm prepared for. Hold on a second.
Diamond, can we get private calls here? Like with a social worker? How do I talk to my lawyer then without like it being like public?
No. Did she really think that she could have private phone calls? This is jail, honey. Okay. No one has private phone calls. And not only that, they're taping you while you talk. Let's keep going.
I don't have a lawyer yet though, right now. I fired my lawyer. I'm dead ass.
Oh, yeah. They were saying that this conversation in particular is after she cried that I just showed you guys. And she said she was so choked up and she thinks about it every day. And then she asked for private phone calls and she seems chipper. She doesn't seem as distraught as she did 20 minutes before when she was talking to the judge.
Right.
Kandi, it's not that you fired him. He's done.
We fucking fired him. I don't give a fuck. He's fired. He's fired. No, he blew me bad as fuck. I don't. No,
it's so hard not to be able to talk to you on the phone.
Hold on.
She's firing somebody.
Murder A is just murder, like you kill someone on purpose. Murder B is when someone dies when you're doing another felony. And that being felonious assault. So that's why I have murder B. Yes, that shit is just irritating as fuck. It's like they're acting like I killed like 85 people. Like I didn't kill nobody. Like it's all over the world on the Today Show. Like
that was right after she got convicted, and she was mad at the attorney and said that they fired him because she got time. Let's keep going.
National news.
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
What?
Oh, this was taped kind of low. She is happy that this is national and even in England. You see where she says published in England, but it's very low and I forgot to turn it up. So she's saying, oh my God, I made the news in England.
What? Yes. It's world news?
I think the Daily Mail just publishes it in all their publications, but yeah, the UK.
It's on the Daily Mail?
In UK.
Maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out herself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping.
It's very low. She just said maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out to her herself. And this is after the conviction. This is insane. Let's keep going.
I would understand if they gave me like a normal charge, but like the charges that they gave me are like literally insane. Like it's not, they're trying to make it seem something that it's not. Like it's not, like I didn't do this on purpose. Like I got in a car accident. I'm a third victim. Like
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it.
I didn't. I thought it wasn't going to happen. I got my pod moved.
Shut up.
Yes.
Are you on your new pod right now?
Yes. I got it Thursday during Red Zone. I got my pod moved.
So those are some of the tapes that are resurfacing. And this showed her behavior right after she got sentenced. Disgusting. Maybe Kim Kardashian could reach out to me. Oh my God, I made the news in England. We're going to fire that effing lawyer. Oh my God, he is fired. When I tell you guys that you have to watch this documentary, please go watch it. We'll be doing videos this week about conflicting evidence, her behavior. We're going to, some of her cellmates, cellmate girlfriend. It's a lot going on. So this story is back in the news. I wanted to give you guys a brief update of what happened so Perry can finish letting you know all this evidence and what's going on. Perry, you remember this, don't you?
Yeah, no, I remember it, but then I always wonder what's gonna happen to her. You see what I'm saying? Like we covered that, but she is a trip though. Like something is wrong.
And her mother.
Oh, the Daily Mail is covering it. Oh, we in England? Oh, great. I mean, just love the attention.
When 20 minutes before you were crying and you said you thought about the victims every day. I believe this woman reminds me of Casey Anthony. Do you guys remember Casey Anthony? And she's loving all the attention that she's getting. But it gets really deep. But take a look. Go look at the documentary. It's called The Crash. And then we're going to be talking about this all week long. Someone said they just watched 2 hours about it on Court TV. It is a lot going on with this case. It's been trending. We've got to cover this case. Thank you, Perry, for even picking the body cam, because you look at a lot of body cams and something about that caught your eye. It's crazy.
Yep.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. I didn't mean to keep you guys for 2 hours. Thanks for staying. You guys did not leave the whole 2 hours. I appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I probably won't do a lot of going live. No, I'm off this week. No more filming. So me and Perry are trying to hit you guys up every day because we know when we go back to filming, we have to take time off. Perry, any last words?
Oh, no, I just want to wish everybody a happy weekend. Until next time.
All right, people. F this shit. We out.
This shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me.